So we are in just on the edge of town in a town called Bayunca in Colombia. And we're here to visit a church that's just starting up. It's been built just little by little, brick by brick, right over here. But I wanted to show you just the way things are done here. In the States, if you want to build a house, you get a loan. You become a slave to the bank for the next 30 years. You pay 4 times the cost of the house to the bank. And here, what you do is you find a little plot of land like this, and every paycheck, you put aside a little bit of money. You buy a few bricks, you buy a little bit of cement, some sand, maybe some rebar, and you just start building your house little by little like this. Now, once it gets enclosed where it'll keep the rain off, like this house right here, then you actually move into it. You don't have to pay rent anymore. Now, this guy that lives here is his name Elkin, and he and his wife have been together 9 years. They've been working. He's from Maracaibo in Venezuela, and they have 3 children, and they've been building this house for several years. They rented, but they just got to the point where they couldn't always make their rent. They didn't always have enough money at the end of the month, and so they decided just to basically go camp out here and build their house. And this is as far as they've gotten in 3 years. Now, I'll show you so you can see. They have a dirt ramp. They've got a dirt floor that's made of just rubble, and no bathroom, no kitchen, no electricity yet, but they're working little by little, and they live in this. They've been living here for some time. They have the mom and dad have a twin bed in there that they sleep on. That's essentially their only furniture, and they have a small camping stove that they use to cook food in. But that's it. That's their life. That's their house, and that's how they do it. But they have no debt. They pay no taxes. And in a way, the way they're doing it is healthier than the way we do it in the United States, in my opinion. It's maybe not as comfortable, but they certainly have a lot more freedom and are not paying through their nose to the bank for most of their life. So this is the church, and we're going to be supporting this church by helping out with their construction project, which is back here, to expand the sanctuary of the church. You can see the construction that's going on back there. And they're going to be, hola, ¿cómo estás? ¿Todo bien? ¿Sí? Excelente. Corre. But, so right now they have about 42 children who are in this church weekly from the neighborhood. And there are 3 men now going to the church, which is a big plus. The lady who started the church just started it kind of as a Bible study. And there weren't any men willing to do it, so she just stepped up and started a little church. This is her house. This is her bedroom there, and she just turned her living room into the sanctuary of the church. So we'll go in here right now, and I'll show you what that looks like. So it's very, very small. They don't have air conditioning, just some fans, and we have helped with the chairs. We've helped with the cement. We've helped with the tile and a whole lot of other things, just keeping them alive over the last couple of years. The grandmother here who started this church is the one who was taking care of the children of the mothers who were arrested that we've been trying to get out of jail for a year, and finally succeeded at that. So this is the project that we are continuing to support. And they also, they don't just depend on us for money. The pastora, Alessandra is her name, she actually has a business that she makes food for events, parties and weddings and stuff like that. And she actually has this empty lot out here on the edge of town that she grows. That's yucca right there. She's growing yucca. And she harvests that and then makes it into what they call carameñolas that she then sells. And that's how she kind of raises enough money to survive But again, we want to support the church and help the church to grow here. And as we are able to do that, I think it will bring freedom to a lot more people in this area. And what we're going to do is try to hire Elkin down there to come and work on the church, and then he'll have a steady income and he'll be able to build his house, maybe even get a door one of these days. And so just little by little, we help people make their lives better wherever we go. That's the plan anyway. That's what God, I was reading in Matthew 25 this morning where God says, in so much as you do it to the least of these. It's not talking about the people who deserve it the most. It's not talking about people that's in your own family. It's not talking about just Americans. Wherever you go, if you find people who are the lowest class, who are the least of these, God wants you to help those people too. And God doesn't ask us whether we deserve his love. He gives his love no matter what, especially when we don't deserve it. And so he wants us to love people that way too. And of course, part of the reason that people live in a place like this is because perhaps they've made some life choices that weren't so great, or maybe their parents did or something, but got them, living in sort of desperate circumstances. But we're supposed to love them anyway. And this is one of the ways we can do that, is by loving them so much that we will try to help them make better choices, disciple them, and get them on the path to a better life. So thank you for going with us, doing that. We'll see you soon.